Hello people of the internet, how's all doing? So today, just want to keep the message going that we will get through this dark situation in this country. We will get through it, we will. It might take a bit of time, but we get through it. I promise you all that, and I'm very positive that we are going to get through this, because we will get through it. We will eventually get through this. And we can only do it if everybody works with us, and everybody works together, and everybody stays united. That's the one word we need to use. Because together we are strong. As the people of Ireland, we came through so much in the last few years. We came through an awful recession a few years ago that brought the country to ruin because of the banks. We picked ourselves up. The country seemed to be bankrupt. Our hope seemed to be lost. The outside world countries thought we were gone. We've forgotten about it. That Ireland would never be ever have an economy again. But we proved them wrong. The Irish people, when the time of crisis came, when they lost their homes, loads of mortgages, people lost their houses, people lost property, people lost their whole financial money. The Irish people went out and picked up their axe, said back to work. We're going back to work, we're bringing back this economy. And that's what needs to be done now. Instead of going out to work, we have to start listening. And we have to start adapting to new skills. This is a very unauthorized, I suppose, situation, if you want to use that word. But it's never happened in this state before. It has never been an emergency like this since the Second World War, and it's obviously something very different. It's not a wartime measure. And I'm saying to the people of Ireland, we can. It's our generations before us, and before them, went through so much. There was little food in Ireland back say 100 years ago. Our grandparents had to live off scraps. There was no such thing as going into shops and buying this, that, and the other, and buying all the toilet paper they wanted. There was no such thing. They had to live on what they had. They lived on the land. And I'm saying to people, we have to start adapting. I suppose going back to old ways. Plant a few turnips, plant a few stuff in your garden. Have a little garden. That's what I'm trying to say to people. Because we need to adapt. We need to look at our ancestors and be like, look what they done here. They had, vegetables in the garden. Still some people I know who are elderly citizens of Éire, plant stuff in their garden because their grandfather told them about it. And obviously their father, and they pass it on through the generations to have small gardens, and some that have big gardens and have lovely lovely vegetables and fruit and veg and everything. And it's passed down through the generations. They take pride in it. And obviously, they don't have to spend money on it, but that's Catman talking about anyway. But I'm saying to people, we have come this country more than any other country in the world. And I say this with the most determination I ever said in my whole life. We have come through so much, more than any other country. More than France, any European country have come through the worst situation. A small island in the middle of, on the brink of the Atlantic. We came through so much as an island in the last 100 years, let alone in the last 800 years. And we have always adapted to a situation. We always had that spirit of the fighting Irish, the soldier spirit, that we got through it. We picked up our axe, we lifted ourselves up, and we pushed on. Now, I'm not saying, this is a very different situation, but I'm saying to people, we can get through it. More than any other country we can get through it, because we are Ireland. Every one of us are Irish. Every one of us watching now, we are all Irish citizens. We all have that ability in us as people. My grandmother's mother was in Cunnamullin, the Irish Women's League in the War of Independence. Hid men in the IRA fighting the guerrilla war against the Black and Tans, against the auxiliaries, the British, the OIC. And I feel inside of me, and I might as well say it straight, that she is inside of me right now, as a spirit, and looking down on me, and saying to me, Adrian, I fought very hard for this country, along with many other comrades during that time. That was a lot harder situations, and I feel like she's saying it, I feel like it's coming off my tongue what she's saying to me right now. She's saying to me, we went through so much. We had to endure loads of sacrifices during the First World War with the rationing and everything. We enjoyed so much. But at the end, we got what we did. We got our republic. We got a republic. It might have took a lot. It took a lot of cost. It took a lot of lives. But we got there. Eventually. But I feel like she's saying that to me. And I feel like she's saying to me, And she's saying to the people of Ireland, the people of Cavan especially, to rise to the challenge and not to run away from the challenge and not to say that everything's okay when it's not okay. Because at the moment in time we're in a state of a national emergency. And we don't know what can happen. We don't know what can happen, but the one thing, and I'm sure she would say too, and I'm sure that she was very well known for, that she wouldn't give in. And that's what we have to do. We won't give in. We won't give in to any virus. And I feel like that's what she's saying to me. By looking down, I feel like she is looking at me right now. I know it might be a bit paranoid saying that, but I feel like she is. And I feel like she's saying to me, I fought for this country. Now it's your turn, Adrian, to stand up and do your bit. And I'm speaking to to people, and I'm saying to people, she done it, along with her comrades, endured the unendurable during tough times, in hiding, run away from the British Army, the British auxiliaries, the Black and Tans. That was terrible sacrifice. She had to make huge sacrifices. Sometimes she didn't see her family. Sometimes she couldn't keep in touch with them. Sometimes she was starving, hiding in an attic, afraid at any moment the Black and Tans could come in and do what they wanted to. But she had the spirit inside of her that she was an Irish person, and she came through so many generations of Irish blood, and that she was determined to get through it. And that's what she's saying to us today. And I say to God, and I pray to God that that's what she's saying to us. And she's saying to us not to lose hope, and to be defiant, and to be determined against this evil of this virus. And this virus is evil. This virus doesn't care about borders, doesn't care who it affects. But we will fight it, because we are the Republic, we are Ireland, and we have Irish blood. And that's more than any other country in the world. And I'm saying to people, the time where it go down in history, in Irish history, the time Ireland had its first health crisis, an emergency health crisis, the second time ever Ireland declared a state of emergency, the Irish people stood united and stood determined to do what they can to stop the spread of this virus. And it will go down, because the Irish people have it in them, and we can beat it. We can beat it. And I keep saying to people, we can beat it. We can do it. Of course we can do it. We came through so much. We have come through so much with so little stuff, with so little resources, so little goods. And I'm saying to people, we can do it. Thank you.